Hi everyone, this is Sir Ponting, your mathematics teacher, and let's learn mathematics. For today's tutorial, we are going to discuss about measurements. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification button so that you will be notified on my next video. So, let's go! Let us discuss about measurements. The objective, after watching this video, you will be able to approximate the measure of quantities, particularly length, weight, or mass, volume, time, angle, temperature, and rate. Before we are going to discuss further with the lesson, let us have a review first about real numbers. Real numbers are just numbers like 1, 12.38, negative 0.8625, 345, that's equivalent to 3.1416, and 198. Real numbers include whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Then we have rational numbers like 3/4, 0.125, 0.333, and so on, 1.1, etc. We have irrational numbers like pi, square root of 2, etc. Then real numbers can also be positive, negative, or 0. Then we have also what we call not a real number. Imaginary numbers like square root of negative 1, the square root of minus 1 are not a real number. Then we have infinity is not a real number. So now let us discuss about non-standard units of measurement. Before going further, let me give you first a brief history about measurement. The word measure comes from the Latin word mesura and from the Greek word metron. Measurements and its practical applications have been present in all human civilization in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, India, China, the Americas, Greece, and Rome. The idea of measurement involves the comparison of the measured quantity with another quantity that is used as the unit of measure. In ancient times, parts of the human body and nature were used as unit of measure, and these are what we call non-standard units of measurement. So we have what we call thumb. It is the width of one's hand excluding the thumb. And handspan, the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip little finger of one's hand with fingers split apart. Forearm length, the length of one's forearm, the distance from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger. Digit, thickness or width of the index finger. So now let us discuss about non-standard units in passing. The distance of one full step. In inch, the thickness or width of a thumb according to the Roman. Then yard. In 2080, King Henry I of England standardized the yard as the distance from the tip of his nose to the tip of his thumb with his arm extended to the side. So these are what we call the non-standard units of measurement during the ancient time. So we have measuring length, system of measurement, we have the standard to English or standard system of measurement. So in 1 foot, that's equivalent to 12 inches. In 1 yard, that's equivalent to 3 feet. Then for long distances, 5,280 feet, that is equivalent to 1 mile. Then 1,760 yards, that's equivalent of 1 mile. Then standard unit and and it's equivalent into meters. 1 millimeter, that is mm, and the equivalent into meter is 0.001 in 1 centimeter, or cm, that is 0.01 meter in 1 decimeter, or dm, that is 0.1 meter in 1 meter, that is m, that is still equivalent to 1 meter. 1 decameter or dam, that is equivalent to 10 meters. 1 hectometer or hm, that is equivalent to 100 meters. 1 kilometer or kl, that is equivalent to 1000 meters. To remember all of these units, guys. Then approximate English and metric equivalents. So we have here English, 1 inch or IN, and the equivalent into metric system, that is 2.54 centimeters. Then 1 foot or FT, that is 30.38 centimeters. 1 yard or YD, that is 0.9 meter. Then 1 mile or MI, that is 1.6 kilometers. Now discuss about measuring mass or weight. The mass of an object is measured by means of a force exerted by the Earth's gravitational or the weight. The determination of mass is often performed by means of a two-pan balance. The object to be weighed is placed on one pan, and weights of non-mass are placed in the other pan until the two pans are balanced. And objects like a gold ring, a cup of sugar, and a small pack of peanuts are measured in terms of grams. Heavier measures like the weight of a person and a sack of rice are expressed in kilograms. So very light objects such as solid medicine quantity are measured in terms of milligrams. So once we are going to measure weight of a certain object, the units to be used is grams, the root word. Then we need to remember the prefixes, right? So we have here the standard unit of measurement for weight, and it's equivalent to grams. 1 milligram or mg, that is 0.001 gram. 1 centigram or cg, that's equivalent to 0.01 gram. 1 decigram or dg, that's equivalent to 0.1 gram. 1 gram or g, that is still equal to 1 gram. 1 decagram or dag, that is 10 grams. 1 hectogram or hg, that is 100 grams. 1 kilogram or kg, that is 1000 grams. So we have here the prefixes. If you have noticed, at the left side of the root word, which is gram, milli, centi, deci, deca, hecto, kilo. So those are the prefixes. Same with the measuring length, right? Then English system of measure for weight. So we have 1 pound. In symbol we have LB. That's equivalent to 16 ounces or OZ. In 1 metric ton or T, that is equivalent to 2,200 pounds. Approximate equivalents. 1 metric ton, again, that is 2,200 pounds. In 1 pound, that is 0.45 kilogram. In 1 kilogram, that is 2.2 pound. In 1 metric ton, that is 1,000 kilograms. And we have also 1 milligram is about the mass of pinch of salt. 1 gram is mass of the paper clip. 1 kilogram is the mass of pair of shoes. Then 1 metric ton is the mass of a car. And handspan, the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little. So we have here the measuring capacity. The volume of a container is the number of cubic units of space it encloses. The units of capacity are used to describe how much a container will hold. So the most common device used for measuring the volume, particularly liquid. So we have the graduated cylinder. So I know guys that you are already familiar with this instrument. Then for the volume in cubic units capacity, we have 1 cubic yard, or in symbol that is YD raised to 3, equivalent to gallon, that is 200 gallons. In 1 cubic foot, or FT raised to 3, is 7.48 gallons. Then 231 cubic inches, or IN raised to 3, that is 1 gallon, right? Then 1 gallon, that's equivalent to 3.79 liters. Then 1 gallon, that is 4 parts. 1 quart, that is 2 pints. 1 pint, that is 2 cups. 1 cup, that is 16 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon, that is equivalent to 3 teaspoons. Alright? So the volume of a 3-dimensional figure refers to the number of cubic units contained in it. So based on the illustrations that we have here, we have here the height, 3 units, and the width, 2 units, the length, that is 4 units. And in order to obtain the volume of this 3-dimensional figure, we need to multiply the length, the width, and the height. So the volume of this figure is equivalent to 24 cubic units. Right. Then, for the English and metric system of measuring volume, so we have 1 cubic meter, or m raised to 3, that is actually equal to 1 million cubic centimeter, or 1 cm raised to 3. 1 cubic feet, or FT raised to 3, that is equivalent to 1,728 cubic inches, or 1,728 IN raised to 3. Then 1 cubic inch, that is equivalent to 16.4 cubic centimeter. And 1 cubic meter, that's equivalent to 35.3 cubic feet. Now let us talk about measures of time. So for the measures of time, there are several instruments that can be used. We have the wristwatch, a pendulum clock, the atomic clock, cesium clock, and quartz crystal clock. Then, for the volume in cubic units capacity, we have 1 cubic yard, or in symbol that is YD raised to 3, equivalent to gallon, that is 200 gallons. In 1 cubic foot, or FT raised to 3, is 7.48 gallons. Then 231 cubic inches, or IN raised to 3, that is 1 gallon, right? Now let's go to measures of angle. So an angle is the result of the union of 2 rays. So you have it here, based on the illustration, we have 2 rays connected in 1 single point. That is what we call the rays. And the common endpoint, that is called a vertex. The rays are the side of the angle. An angle is measured by means of an instrument, so the protractor, which give the measure in terms of degree. Discuss about measuring mass or weight. The mass of an object is measured by means of a force exerted by the Earth's gravitational or the weight. The determination of mass is often performed by means. Then, let's talk about measures of temperature. The temperature tells how hot or cold an object is. It is commonly measured using an instrument called mercury thermometer, the reading of which is based on the principle that most substances expand when heated. So this is the Then in English system, water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. While in the metric system, water freezes at 0 degree Celsius and boils at 100 degree Celsius. Temperature that are most often measured are atmospheric temperature, body temperature, and oven temperature. And the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, or that is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we have also what we call rate. Rate is a ratio of two measurements having different measures of units. For example, 300 words in 10 minutes. So to compute for the rate, all you need to do is let's divide 300 words in 10 minutes. And that's equivalent to 30 words per minute. Meaning the result is the unit rate of 30 words in 1 minute. Alright? So that is the end of our lesson. So hopefully guys that you have learned something.